Welcome back to Dear Veronica. I'm the one who answers, Veronica Belmont. We've got a great show for you this week, starting with this question from J. Taylor Hodge on Twitter. Dear Veronica, what do the first 60 minutes of your day look like? Channeled my inner T. Ferriss for that one. Well, it kind of depends on what day of the week it is, but typically it goes a little something like this. Oh. Fuck! I think Tim Ferriss would be proud.
Veronica, that is pathetic.
Or maybe not. Time for science! We got this fantastic question from @Terratola on Twitter. Dear Veronica, why do beers explode when left in the freezer, but not bottles of whiskey? First of all, why are you keeping whiskey in the freezer? You keep vodka in the freezer if you really have to, but whiskey doesn't need to be cold. Ugh. As for the science, I'm saving that part for Dr. Kiki of This Week in Science. Take it away.
Thanks, Veronica. All right, yay, freezer science. Let's get to it. The key factors influencing this answer are alcohol content and carbonation. First off, beer has a lower alcohol content than whiskey, which means that it has more water in it. Second, it's carbonated. How carbonated depends on if it's been injected with CO2 like a commercial beer, or if it's a home brew where the fizz just comes from fermentation alone. Alcohol reduces the freezing point of solutions, so the whiskey's freezing point is lower than beer's because it contains more alcohol. Freezing, in addition to forming ice, also pushes the carbon dioxide gas that's in the beer out of the solution, and the gas becomes pressurized in that little tiny space that's remaining in the bottle. That massively adds to the pressure buildup inside the container, enough so that a bottle of beer can actually burst in the freezer, resulting in a fizzy freezer mess that we all want to avoid. Vodka goes in the freezer, not your beer or your whiskey, and if you want to know why you should drink whiskey at room temperature, you just let me know, because I can answer that one next time with science!
Thanks, Dr. Kiki. This explains why I have so many white wine popsicles in my freezer. And glass shards. Our next question comes to us from Nick via email. He writes, Dear Veronica, I'm recently single and have tried a few dating apps including Tinder and Match.com, but haven't had much success. Is there any advice you may have? Thanks, Nick in Denver, Colorado. Hey Nick, online dating is super hard, so big ups for you for putting yourself out there. Now, I know dating apps get a bad rap sometimes, but I know at least 3 couples who have met online and have stuck it out for the long haul. Some even made babies. Wow, the magic of the internet. So I think it's fine to continue giving it the old college try, but maybe expand your horizons a little bit. Back in the good old days of the pre-internet, most people met in local social situations, church, dances, club meetings, work, etc. So maybe it's time to put yourself out there a little bit more. I've recommended this before for different reasons, but check out meetup.com or similar sites like Eventbrite or Plancast to see what groups are getting together in your area. Going up and talking to someone takes a little more effort, but it's much more worthwhile than a swipe right. That's about it for this week, but I am going to leave you with a little bit of homework. I'm starting a new segment called Questions for the Crowd being you. I want to ramp up the viewer participation to the next level. Are you ready? All right, here's your question. What is the proper etiquette for texting people in different time zones? I'm on the West Coast, but have many friends and relatives in Hawaii and on the East Coast. Sometimes I hesitate, thinking I may wake them up, but that usually ends up with me forgetting to send the text in the first place. Tiana. Any suggestions for Tiana? Tweet them to me with the hashtag Dear Veronica, and I'll share my favorite responses on the show. Send any new questions or comments to veronica@engadget.com, and I will see you next time. I'm starting a new I can't read today.
I think just slow down a little bit.
Yeah. Most people met in local social. Our next question comes to use. I keep writing to use instead of to us, forgetting to send a text. So I think it's fine to continue giving the old college. Let's do that all over again.